So 7-Time Loop is one of the most unique Villainess anime. Just strictly talking about anime, not talking about the light novels, the manga, the manhwa, just strictly anime wise, it is very unique compared to other Villainess anime. Because this one does not take place in an otome game like majority of Villainess anime do, because almost all of them besides like the Ray Liana one takes place in an otome game. And also there's nothing about like being reincarnated, somebody from Earth getting reincarnated into a game or a book. But this one has strictly none of that. The only catch it has is the main character basically lives through a loop. That's like, as the title said, 7-Time Loop. Yes, there's also a longer title, but I'm not saying that shit, but y'all can read that shit, but I digress. But yes, besides that, she's in a loop. So when it comes to her being in a loop, it starts off at the beginning of when she gets her engagement gets broken off with the prince, because the prince doesn't want her no more, and then her family eventually gets rid of her. They call her a disgrace, and they're like, yo, you can't live at our house. So that's what starts her life, and she's lived 6 different past lives, and like at the anime she's finally on her 7th life that she's lived. And in the past we see that she was a merchant, we see that she was a scholar at one point, a knight. Also we saw that like she worked with herbs and other stuff. So like those are some of the main ones. In like a handmaid, we also saw she was a maid for like a lady. So there's different lives that she's lived, and like each of those times she's realized, she's like, yo, I can actually live my life to the fullest now that I'm not tied down to some prince and being a noble. So that's one of the things I really enjoy about it. But on this 7th loop, but one of the reasons why she's realized she even lives in this loop is because when she turns the age of 20, there's a war that breaks out that always ends up affecting her, and she always gets killed either from disease or some other type of cause. But we see on the last loop that she had before, when she was a knight, we saw that she got killed by this emperor, is the one that started the war. But we see in this new life that she has, which is her 7th one, she runs into that emperor, and that emperor falls in love with her, and he wants to marry her. So hence, as the title says, that she's going to be married to like her enemy or whatever. So in this loop, she's going to essentially try and stop him from starting that war, and even stopping him from killing his father. It seems like once he kills his father, that's when the war starts, and that's always like when she dies, because she always dies at the age of 20. Each of those loops she has died. And episode 2 does a good highlight of showing like how she has all these different experiences that she's learned in her past life and how she uses them. Because when she's traveling with the prince to his country, they happen to get attacked by some bandits, and some of the soldiers, they get injured and they get poisoned by the bandits, and she happens to like find medical herbs, and she's able to make the antidote and all that. So we saw that she learned that from when she was kind of like basically a doctor, or she learned about herbs and other stuff like that. So, and I think that's the cool aspect to it, and I kind of am looking forward to the rest of this, because I love Villainess anime because they're always good. Every Villainess anime has been good. I have not seen one that is bad. There's always something there that's interesting when it comes to the characters, especially in a genre like isekai that's kind of, you know, dry, and you know, some of it's very repetitive. The Villainess one usually gives you something refreshing, even though it is in the isekai genre majority of the time, but this one's not really an isekai genre. It's its own thing. It's just in the Villainess genre, I should say. But yes, I just like this one because it just has something interesting there, and I'm curious to see like how exactly this is going to pan out, and I really want to know like, why is she exactly stuck in a loop? Maybe she's stuck in this loop because she was supposed to eventually get to this prince to stop him from starting that war. Maybe that could be why. That probably is going to eventually like be why. And also we see that she has set some rules for the prince, because she's like, dog, I don't want to live with you. You can't touch me. I want to be lazy. I don't want to do no work. I don't want people even to know about me if I'm going to be married to you, because she wants to live a carefree life, because she's learned in her past life like how she can actually live and be free. So she does not want to be tied down doing extra shit that she don't want to do. She just want to do stuff that she wants to do, because when she was a merchant and all the other stuff, and even a handmaid, she realized what she can actually do, and how life is better when you actually have dreams that you can actually achieve and do. Because we got a little flashback showing like how she was when she was younger, and like how her mom told her, oh, you can't have dreams. Your only dream should be to basically get ready to marry the prince. That's all you're born for, is just to marry this prince. So we saw then that she was upset because she wanted to have dreams. She wanted to study. She wanted to learn. And her mom was like, you don't need to learn anything besides manners and then knowing what you need to do when it comes to the prince, because she was like, all you're going to be doing is burying his children. So you saw like right then and there, that's what made her upset. But then once she got that opportunity, she took that opportunity in all her other lives and started to live it freely. The one thing I really love is like on the loop that we see, which is her 7th one, we saw the princess like telling her like, oh, we're breaking off the engagement and blah blah blah, and like how she's a traitor, and she's just like, yeah, dog, can you hurry this up? I don't really care. And then eventually she leaves, and that's when she bumps into like the other prince, and she jumps off the balcony, and that's when the one prince falls in love, and that had me rolling. And we saw that that the one prince that she was engaged with was so pissed off at her, he ran all the way and went to her house because he wanted to confront her again. She was like, oh, he's like, you need to be sad that I'm breaking off this engagement. She's like, dog, can we hurry this shit up? I got other stuff I want to do, because she's already lived them other lives and she knows what she wants to do. She has certain things that she wants to get done. Another thing I think she's eventually going to do in this new life, because we saw little aspects to it already. The first thing we saw that she's already going to do is contact the merchants that she went with in our first loop, because she wants them to cater her wedding and like some of the resources that they need. And I think she's going to do that for like all the different people that she met in her past life, either going to them, that one researcher she went to, either that other prince that she helped out that was sick. So I think she's going to connect with a lot of the people that she knew in some of her past lives. That way she can have connections and get all them connections again though. But yeah, this one's been really good. If you've been watching 7 Loop, let me know how you feel about it. If you like Villainess anime, let me know in the comments what is your favorite Villainess anime, because there's so many good ones. And especially last season we had I'm in Love with the Villainess, which was another one I really enjoyed. I need to make a video about that one because that one was actually really good and it was hilarious too. But yeah, just let me know how y'all feel about 7 Loop and let me know what is your favorite Villainess anime. But I'm really looking forward to this anime because I really like it a lot. And I mean, I enjoy Villainess anime a lot for the most part because they're always enjoyable. But this one actually has a little twist because I really want to know, like, why exactly is she in a loop? It has to be because she has to save this guy, but at the same time I want to see what else happens. And also I do think that the relationship between the prince and her is going to grow closer and closer, because I do think she's eventually going to fall in love with him, because you know that's how them stories go majority of the time. But also it will be interesting if she doesn't fall in love with him, but I'm pretty sure she's going to fall in love with him because that's how these stories go for the most part. But also I want to know exactly like why he always starts a war and like why he always packs up his dad. There has to be more there. I'm pretty sure she's going to stop him, but at the same time I hope that we can at least learn a little bit. So I hope she gets another. I don't think she's going to get another loop, like an 8th loop, because this wouldn't be called seven-time loop if she's going to get another one. This is probably going to be like the last one, so she has to get this shit right. So it's going to be interesting just seeing like how she has to pick out and choose different things, because this is different than other Villainess anime, because you know other Villainess anime, it's usually the Villainess that has to stop herself from getting packed up for something evil that the Villainess does in the game or in the book or whatever else. But in this one, I mean, she always gets packed up when she's at the age of 20, but now she just has to stop this prince. So it's going to be interesting just seeing like how she stops the prince and how she changes certain aspects, even though she really doesn't know what's going to happen because it's not like one that's in the game. So this is just going to be all brand new to her, besides some of the skills that she learned in her past life though. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, why not like? If you did, you could dislike, subscribe, you really enjoyed. But yeah, 7-time loop looks like it's going to be really good and one of the best anime of this season. I really can't wait to see how this story pans out. If I really like it, I'll read the source material. I don't know if this has a light novel, a manga, or a manhwa. I'm not sure which one it has, but if it's really enjoyable, I'm gonna go out there and buy it, or if it is in English I should say, or if not, I'll read it online though. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video though. Bye.